My people, we have an extremely important week ahead of us, and it starts today already. It's a very important decision that is happening today. Plus, we have the rate cut decision and the FOMC decision. So let's jump straight into it, and let me explain for y'all what's happening today that you need to pay close attention to, because we can get a rally, but we can also get a crash in the markets today. All right, so let's start with today. And today what's happening is that Trump's 60-day executive order on the Bitcoin strategic reserve expires. Now, this is huge and it's flying over most people's heads, because if he now decides to postpone it or delay it in some way, any type of negativity around this will tank the market. Rest assured of that. When they made this decision and when they talked about the strategic Bitcoin reserve, they agreed on, when I say they, I mean the White House and the whole crypto commission and all of that stuff around Trump, they agreed on that no Bitcoin will be purchased with governmental funds. So basically it has to be self-funded. How can that be, or how can that happen? That can happen through, for example, selling off gold and buying Bitcoin instead, or by using the tariff revenues that the US is making right now and buy Bitcoin with that. So if they reveal some type of plan like that, it will send the market flying. But like I said, any negativity around this will tank the market. And you can see that the market is already quite volatile on expectations on this, but it's pushing downwards. And I will go through the technicals very soon. I have a projection on what I see here. But first, I want to talk to you about the FOMC meeting that is on Wednesday, because that's the next crucial fundamental thing that we need to pay close attention to. So on Wednesday, we have the FOMC meeting and we have the rate cut decision. So it's already priced in that there's going to be no rate cuts. 98.2% expect no rate cuts on Wednesday. I can tell you this, if there will be a rate cut on Wednesday, the market will totally explode, because this is not expected and this is what we desperately need. In the same time, there's things that are really pressuring Jerome Powell, to actually cut the rates. For example, we have a contracted GDP. The GDP numbers came out last week and they are in negative. Very bad. And the best thing to boost GDP is, of course, cutting rates. And then in the same time, we got inflation very close to the target rate. And that is what Jerome Powell has been stressing all the time. We need to have inflation rate close to target rate, which is 2%. And then, yes, of course, Trump really like putting pressure on Jerome Powell. Me personally, I think that is a political play, because Trump knows how fragile the economy is, and he needs somebody to blame if shit goes to shit. But of course, he's pushing a lot for the rate cuts on Jerome Powell, and these three factors together could lead to a black swan event on Wednesday, which is if they cut rates, and that would send the markets flying in this case here. So it would be a white swan basically. One thing that is definitely not speaking for Jerome Powell lowering interest rates, cutting interest rates, is this here. He cannot cut it, or he can do whatever he wants to do, but it's very unlikely that he will cut it when the US 10-year Treasury note is at 4.34%. They need to get this down. If they cut rates now, this could send this numbers spiking up much more. Now, what can we expect in the market? So let's zoom out a little bit and look at this. So first and foremost, bigger perspective, yes, we broke out of this bullish descending flag. All right, we broke out of it, but we have mitigated most of it now already. We are inside this extreme order block that ranges between 94.2k and 96.6k, and it's of course Bitcoin I'm talking about. Now, what do I expect right now to happen? Well, first and foremost, if you watched last week market overview, then you basically know already what I'm going to say. So we pushed up. I thought that we were going to break out of this bearish flag that we have here, and once we hit this order block, we will go lower. It didn't happen. We pushed up and we created, or market created a bull trap here, and I was definitely one of those bulls that got trapped in here, because I flipped from bearish to bullish, and especially when we broke above 96.5k. If you're in my community, y'all know when I said that now I'm flipping now, I'm back on bullish because we broke above this very important order block, that green zone that you see. But then what happened? We started to push down, but we created this mega, I'm not going to say mega, but very bullish wedge. This is a super bullish wedge. And I think this is what trapped everybody thinking that now we're going further up, especially when we broke out, came back, retested it. This was yesterday night. And then what? Market just started to mega dump, just broke straight through, came back up, retested this bullish flag today, and now we're pushing lower. And I'm shorting the markets. This is what I'm doing now. I'm short on the markets. I think that we're going to push down to at least 91.1K. So the levels I spoke about last market overview video. But I think that we can go as low as 88.6K. That's what I think. But remember, today, strategic crypto reserve, strategic Bitcoin reserve decision, the bill expires, so they need to make a decision on it. And the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, these factors are so important that basically the market can go anywhere right now. But most of the times, remember what I'm saying now, most of the times, the technicals will already tell you what the news will do, all right? Or what the news will say. And another thing is news, good news, bad news. You guys seen what has happened lately, and that is that on good news, market tank. On bad news, market pump. So the manipulation is just stupid. And looking at the fund rates, you can see also there's a lot of negative numbers. All right. So on Bitcoin, you see negative numbers here, and that means basically people are shorting a lot. All right. There's a lot of shorting going on right now. And as you can see, BTC dominance is still pushing higher, which means altcoin season is not anywhere close yet. And in the same time, we got the US dollar really struggling to push higher. So I thought we were going to push higher from this level at about 99.2. Why is that? Because we got a strong order block here on the left side, and we were going to push up and retest this trend line here and then push lower. But yeah, we'll see. That probably will happen, but I'm definitely expecting the US dollar to get much cheaper, which is actually good for crypto, good for Bitcoin. It will push the Bitcoin price higher because it's priced against the US dollar. And it's definitely, as we know by now and can see, pushing the gold price much higher. And speaking of altcoins, there's not much to say about altcoins because before we have these news done and before we see BTC play out its play, basically either go down, grab this liquidity that I mentioned here at about 91K or all the way down to 88K. Nothing is going to happen with altcoins besides them following BTC actually and doing exactly what BTC does. So I'm not going to waste time speaking of them right now. I'd rather come back with another video, follow-up video this week, or it's going to be a live stream on the FOMC meeting. Y'all decide, y'all tell me what I should do in the description box below, or sorry, in the comments below. Let me know if I should live stream or do another market analysis after the FOMC meeting. And speaking of live streaming, I'm starting the live streams again. There will be not so much talking like I used to do before, but there will be much more trading. So we will do these marathon trading sessions. And this is due to our new collaboration and partners Hydra funding, which I will announce in the community channel very soon officially, because there's a lot happening now and putting everything together right now with it. And there will be competitions, there will be giveaways, and right now we are in a trading competition also with them. But then I have something else brewing for the community, and especially for all y'all gold traders. Y'all are going to love this. Trust me, this one is very good. So there's a lot happening behind the scenes. If you ain't in the community yet, make sure you join. The link is in the description box below. It's all for free, all signals, all the academy, the trading academy, everything is for free. You don't get this nowhere, all right? Live streams, whatever it is. And we started May month quite hard actually, took 2 losses directly, but we will redeem that and take it back with interest. Like if we look at April, the month of April, 9,753 pips. That's about 97% on your account. If you would have taken all these trades with all these take profits, you would have made 97% on your account only on the month of April, all right? So, and it's not like we had one good runner and it blew up our stats. No, like we had a couple of good runners. We had some great losses too, but our winners are much greater than our losses. And that's what a good risk management plan does for you. This is why we always stress risk management. Because even if I call out some trades and you take exactly all my trades and you keep a proper risk management and you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses, when you take 1, 2, 3 wins, those losses are gone. You have redeemed them and then some. All right. With all of those beautiful stuff said, like I said, I'm keeping it short this time. Let me know in the comments what I should do for the rest of the week. Have a great one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.